Viewers like you make this program possible. Support your local PBS station.
I'm starting to get anxiety because I want everything.
It's my first time in one of the most populated cities in the world, Tokyo.
Kanpai! Hey!
I'm gonna find the spiciest ramen.
Whoa!
The sushi of my dreams. Anything and everything that makes this mysterious and amazing place a must-visit destination.
If I live, I'm gonna really like this.
It's all next on
I have Blackbeard's honey!
There were things I never tasted growing up, like food with any flavor. In our house, meat was a punishment. When I went into the real world, I was like a man coming out of the desert. Then I started writing comedy and traveling to other lands to eat. The world can be a beautiful, delicious, and friendly place when we travel and eat great food together. I'm Phil Rosenthal, and I'm here to see and eat most of it and to say to you, come on, you can have what I'm having. Everybody says, you gotta go to Japan, you gotta go to Tokyo, it's my favorite city. I got here yesterday, and I gotta tell you, I don't see it. I don't get it. It seems like another world, another planet even. It seemed overwhelming, upsetting even, to try to navigate. Look how crazy huge this place is. They're a kind of urban sprawl that makes you feel small. It's like Manhattan times Los Angeles. It's just the most sensory overload I've ever experienced. Who would want to live here? And yet millions and millions and millions of people do. 13 million people, actually. I couldn't make any sense of it. Why is everyone saying you gotta come here? I think I want to just go sit in my hotel. But I'm here, so I'm gonna jump in. I'm meeting Dave Spector in the Shinjuku neighborhood, which is one of the many cities within this city. Dave is from Chicago, and he's the host, commentator, and comedian on some of the most popular shows in Japan. And I'm telling you, you walk down the street with him, it's like walking down the street with Mick Jagger. Whoa, whoa, oh my God! Oh my God, it's really him! He's here! Everybody's coming up to him. Everybody wants their picture taken. People are freaking out, people of all ages.
So far, Tokyo to me looks like 50,000 Times Squares.
That's right. That's right. There is no centralization per se, and there's so many huge areas that you can't really say that this is the middle of Tokyo.
So Dave takes me to this tiny Blade Runner-ish kind of alley called Memory Lane. That's the nice name for this place. It's been around from the 40s, and then it was called Piss Alley. Why? Because it was these tiny little bars, a bunch of them, and there were no bathrooms. There wasn't room for a bathroom. So what became the bathroom was the alley. Thankfully now there are bathrooms, and so I was willing to go.
Because it's reminiscent of old Japan.
Right.
And you don't really see too many of these areas anymore.
And he takes me to his favorite. The specialty is eel. Barbecued eel. And this guy's been there 60 years, and he's got eels on sticks, and you're gonna get 7 sticks of eel. That's gonna be your dinner there.
Hey,
Konnichiwa, konnichiwa.
And I'm sitting next to guys who've been coming for 40 years, and they're smoking and they're drinking beer. Many of these guys are the so-called salarymen, the people who give so much of their lives to their companies. These little places where they can go and drink, and they drink. You know, life is hard. And so the drink comes and the bottle is yay big.
Well, let's have a beer.
okay.
And I'll pour
Japanese
for you.
custom, you always pour for the other person?
Yeah, I like that. That's a nice custom.
Okay, well, let's have a little cheers. Kanpai, as they say.
Kanpai.
Kanpai. Kanpai.
Kanpai.
Hey.
Kanpai. Okay, kanpai.
And these tiny little shops can become your place.
Kanpai.
He's saying clam up and eat already.
Yes.
The smaller the place, the more it's yours, because there's not too many people in there. There can't be. So you become special.
Hey.
Arigato.
I take a bite, and it's great.
Now, delicious. It's smoky and charred from the charcoal, and then the sauce is a tiny bit sweet, right?
Okay, so far so good. You gotta love eel. Eel is just fish, you know, without the fins, and it's perfectly delicious. It's really good fish. And then about 3 skewers in, I get this one, and I bite it. Oh, I got a little bone, and I pull it out, and I bite again, and I get a little more bone.
You sure this is right?
This is the head of the eel.
head of the eel.
Unagi eel.
Nice.
So I'm eating the skull, and the skull is just some burnt skin holding bones together. Bones, and they crunch, but not in a pleasant way. They crunch in a way where you've bitten on a rock or on a bit of hard plastic when you're opening a package.
You have to chew the bones, though.
Okay.
Don't take the bones out.
Gotta chew them up.
These kind of dishes, it's kind of manly. You're stepping
feel
up to the
manly.
plate to eat this. It's like, it's not.
I feel totally manly, except that when I can't eat the bones.
You're not a man if you don't eat your bones. You chew the bones. That's part of the fun. So I try to eat the bones, and I think this will be my last meal because I'll choke to death on an eel bone. Listen, to each his own. I'm not criticizing, this is not for me. I'm just happy to be leaving with my teeth and trachea intact. So that was a wonderful episode of Bones, and I have to say the alley's a great night out and a good way to get a small taste of old Tokyo. Another day of wandering the streets of Tokyo has left me dazed and confused. I turn a corner to meet a friend for lunch, and all of a sudden, it's calm. A very nice gentleman named Sam Oda, who publishes books and magazines about food, took me to a place called Narasawa. Named after its European-trained chef, Yoshihiro Narasawa, this is considered one of the greatest restaurants in the world. It's rated the top restaurant in Asia. There's a reverence for nature here. Earth, fire, water, all represented. Narasawa's meticulousness is almost otherworldly. Every one of his dishes are a scientific and sensual experience.
Well, that's gorgeous. Look at that.
This is actually dough sitting beautifully in this leafy arrangement while its yeast proofs at the table. It'll get baked right at the table, too.
We're seeing the process.
Yes.
Okay. You start to think about nature, obviously, and the process of making bread.
This is the chef's theme. He loves the sky, the trees, and ocean. He's the first one to start to eat mud.
Did you say eat mud?
Yeah, sands and muds.
He eats sands and muds?
Very clean ones. You know,
Am I eating sand and mud today?
maybe. Let's hope so.
The first thing to come is what they're calling the forest floor.
This is a new, wow. Oh my goodness.
I'm hearing birds chirping and a stream running and leaves rustling. What is happening?
There's the speaker
Where?
in the wood.
In the wood.
That speaker is the live feed of the forest.
This is a live feed from the forest
yes,
through the
exactly,
internet
yes,
into a speaker in the wood.
Yes.
I have to die now. What?
He has microphones in the forest for this. When have you ever seen this? And it's all edible. The bark is the skin of a Jerusalem artichoke. The mushrooms are tempura. The trees are herb stems. The moss is soy mixed with green tea, and the dirt is bamboo mixed with black tea powder. And there's a little tree of water from a mountain stream.
What are you eating first? I'm watching you.
When you have presentation like this, it's a form of theater. It all doesn't mean much if the food then is not delicious, right? But then it is.
What is happening?
And then they come over and there's this heated bowl, superheated. They now take the dough out and bake it at the table. They put a cover on it And he said, in 12 minutes, your bread will be ready. It's dinner and a show. While the bread is baking, a small garden arrives with sweet shrimp hiding among the flowers and the leaves. And with them, these vials holding essences of tomato and seaweed.
Is the aroma coming out of the tomato?
Yep.
Oh, definitely tomato.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful, freshest, sweet shrimp. These lovely herbs, and then the essence of the tomato really comes through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat every drop of this.
But he always been different from other Japanese chefs who went abroad to learn French cooking techniques and came back. And usually they do traditional style French cuisine.
Yes, these kind of mashups of cultures. You get tremendous results.
Oh, the bread is ready.
It is? Okay.
Serving right now.
This bread comes out, it had bits of chestnuts in it and yuzu, and then this moss butter. It sounds disgusting. It was the most beautiful little bonsai mountaintop with this gorgeous moss. That's actually kale, black olives, and butter.
I thought they only grow in the rivers and on the rocks.
Now it's growing on your plate.
It's just this beautiful thing you spread on this hot, hot bread. It was just baked right at your table. Next, we get squid. And here comes a sauce made to look like ash.
Who doesn't like ash sauce?
Made with liquid nitrogen. The ash is actually cold. This is a play on the beachside barbecues that Japanese fishermen have after they come home with their haul.
Just fantastic.
Our final dish is Kobe beef, which is cooked only by drizzling hot oil on it. It's dressed up to look like a piece of charcoal.
Can you imagine cooking something by just pouring oil on it for a half an hour? Who has the better job, that job or the guy in the forest with the microphone? Hello.
The side dish is Japanese wild mushroom and ginkgos.
All right, here we go. It cuts like a piece of butter. Oh, boy.
It cut like a dream,
Oh, so good.
and then it tasted so beautiful. It was in a micro-thin coating of edible charcoal. It just became like this kind of great char on the edge of the beef. Chef Narasawa comes out of the kitchen now to serve us his chestnut and yuzu ice cream and gives us a chance to rave about our trip through the forest.
せっかく日本に来ていただいたらもう本当にどっぷりと日本の森に浸って日本の食文化を感じていただければと思います。
It's amazing how you were able to communicate this through the meal. I'm gonna do a dish where you get a very dry piece of meat, and under the plate is my mother saying, "Finish your meat." Finish your meat, says it will be just as evocative.
With yuzu? Beautiful.
Wow. Richard, come here. We got a lot of show.
Sometimes I think my brother Richard took a job producing this show just for moments like this.
Is that crazy?
I gotta say, every bite here has been absolutely breathtaking. This man has created a peaceful garden in the middle of a concrete jungle. Food! This is the most food-centric place I've ever seen. Every other door is a restaurant or a place to buy food. But here, food is pop culture. It's driven by the consumer who loves to try the new and different, who loves to see what the new thing is, and then they're discontinued because the people, they're bored, they want the next thing. There's a great writer, Yukari Sakamoto, She writes for Traveler magazine, and she's written a book on food and sake in Tokyo. She was born in Tokyo and grew up in Minnesota. She worked at one of the great food halls underneath Takashimaya department store, which in and of itself is a trip. And I've lucked out today because Yukari is giving me a personal tour.
Look at that. Oh, that's awesome.
The doors open at 10 a.m. in the morning, and these gorgeous women come out and they speak to the customers, and they show you the flower of the day, and they tell you if there's anything special going on in the department store.
That's the most beautiful store opening I've ever seen in my life.
It's like out of a movie from the 40s.
You really feel like entering someplace special.
Yeah, and you are. You
Yeah.
are central. I love all the bows.
I love the bow.
Their presentation of everything and the way they bow to you as you enter seems like every fiber of their being is put into making sure you have a most pleasurable experience. My mother never tucked me into bed the way these ladies put you on the elevator.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, it's like
beautiful.
choreographed beautifully.
So we go down to the depachika. It's actually two words, depa from the department store and chika meaning basin.
Wow.
It's Disneyland. Here's Meatland. Here's Seafood Land. Here's Vegetable Land. Here's Salad Land.
It's almost like you're at a royal wedding,
Yeah, but
and
we
this
have
is the
this-
buffet. It's an artist worked on this.
Yeah.
You.
I'm starting to get anxiety because I want everything. I'm starting to feel like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to eat it all.
It was the best purveyors in Tokyo and from around the world. We were like trick-or-treaters with our bags.
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu.
Everything here is oishi, delicious. They made me feel like a human being. They made me feel special. Listen, when we go to a store, do we want a kid looking at his phone, barely looking at you, who feels entitled, or do we want to feel just a little taken care of? It's this thing about outside is rough, come in here.
Here you see the high-end fruit. $100 for one of these melons here. $85 for grapes.
We have to sell the car, honey. I bought a melon. But these are for special
gift-giving.
gifts.
Yeah.
It's a tradition that goes back 200 years. It combines the Japanese devotion to nature and their obsession with perfection.
They look like works of art. How do they
taste amazing. They melt in your mouth. They're juicy, very aromatic.
The best
It's
melon
very-
you've ever had.
ever have in your life. Yeah.
You're saying that's the
That
$100 melon and that
we'll
dessert?
Go over here.
Let's get that, and
Yeah,
then
let's
we
get
have
that,
it
then
all.
we can try it. Let's try the grapes.
Because more than anything, I like a deal.
Yeah, this is your deal.
They have a rooftop garden, and we go up there and take everything we've gathered and have a picnic. The roof is this oasis that it seems like in the most crowded city in the world, nobody knows about this place.
Itadakimasu, which is thank you to the fishermen, thank you to the chefs.
Work
It's
of
beautiful.
art.
In the bento box here, you always see 5 colors: white, black, red or orange, yellow and green, but also things are cooked differently. So we have something that's steamed, pickled, something that's grilled, sautéed, so that you get the textures, the colors.
But it's like if
colors.
you've taken care of those things, you
It's
probably
like-
have a good meal.
Exactly. Kabocha, oishi.
Oishi, oishi. We're gonna try the
The
$100 melon
melon
that's been made into a dessert.
from Takashimaya.
And here's the $90
Yeah.
grapes.
Right?
Wow.
Isn't that
Yes.
So is that the best melon you've had in your life?
That's kind of great. Yes.
So the grapes,
Nothing wrong with the $100 melon except the price.
here's your grape.
Here we go. That grape is like a glass of wine. That's kind of amazing.
So at the end of the meal, we say
Yes.
gochiso-sama,
Gochiso-sama.
which means it was a feast, and today it literally was a feast.
Very nice.
Yeah.
This has made me very happy.
I didn't try sushi until I was in my 20s. Like a lot of people, I think the first thing you think of is raw fish. You know, a lot of people aren't crazy about cooked fish. Here's how you get into it, okay? You ever have smoked salmon? You ever have lox? Lox is the gateway sushi. I've been eating sushi at least once a week for years, and when you love something that much, it's hard to recreate the excitement of the very first bite. Dave Spector has an idea, though. He's taking me to one of Tokyo's first and best sushi restaurants, Kyubei Sushi, in the upscale Ginza neighborhood. It's been here since 1935. And this is the chef, Yosuke Imada. Imada-san's father started the place, and now his son is working there, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Anything you give me, I'm going to eat. So everything is good. Omakase. Yeah.
Omakase, yes.
He starts with maguro, which is tuna. And I've had tuna countless times, but it's never ever tasted so buttery and delicate and delicious. Oh, my head just exploded. I actually just had a vision of hitting you on the head and stealing that. And look, this is one of my favorites. This is uni, sea urchin. It's so beautiful in the packaging, I want to eat the box. But Imada-san creates sushi out of it. This place actually invented uni sushi. Your father was the first person to put uni in a sushi plate.
Yeah.
Before that, people had eaten uni out of the sea urchin shell, but he thought to put it on the rice and wrap it in the seaweed.
柔らかい頭持った人でしたから、斬新な。
He was very playful.
Yeah.
He wanted to do new things.
Really? And this is, you said, 1941? He invented, here's something that I eat all the time, and this guy's dad invented it.
It's the same recipe, and my father started.
You feel as if you honor your father by keeping the recipes.
Yeah.
When did you inherit the restaurant from your father?
うちの親父は。
He said, it's yours, you know, in his 30s. So
He said that. And they had been working for years together.
yes.
Sweetness and creaminess and deliciousness of this uni, it was the best I ever had. Whoa, that's very generous. And I got to have a lot. Hey, do you like fresh shrimp? Oh, hello. I mean, really fresh shrimp? Wow. He's making a break for it. Oh, sorry, sir. Yeah.
No. Never say no.
Never say sorry.
美味しく食べてもらえばいい。美味しく食べてあげることがいい。
Enjoy it and be thankful for it.
I'll be thankful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Wow, 動きますね.
I've never seen it move like that. This is now a horror movie. Gonna. Dave doesn't want to insult Imada-san.
I'm supposed to be like the expert here, and all of my credibility is now out the window. Do you feel that on your moving though? At all?
In here.
Sweet.
Very good. I will have nightmares tonight, but... It's like a ballet in front of me, with red snapper and mackerel. Then here comes abalone. All of it surprising, intense, and like I've never had it before. I think when Jiro dreams of sushi, he dreams of this guy. This is what I'm loving about my first trip here to Tokyo. These absolutely gorgeous, impeccable, transporting events. Everything is an event that's managed so beautifully with such care and dedication and hard work, and it's an art form. It's spectacular. Chef Imada ends the meal with the traditional tamagoyaki, omelet. This one with ground shrimp added to the sweet egg. Another innovation of his father's.
Look at the color. It's so different, isn't it?
Maybe even more than the fish, sushi chefs are judged by the quality of their tamagoyaki.
It's not for the beginners. You have to be about 4 or 5 years into it, and then you
Yes.
start to learn how to do it.
こう匂うと、芝エビのこうちょっとこう匂いが。
ありますね. You can smell the shrimp a little bit.
オリジナルですか？
これはもう親父がやってきた。
It's his father's original.
This is the best I ever had.
Nothing like this.
Make it. Beautiful.
It's a masterpiece.
Absolutely, yes. Really?
I see.
Well, thank you. Arigato.
Listen, I love all the fancy bento boxes and the pricey fish, but now it's time to get messy. Shinji Nohara makes a living taking tourists like me to Tokyo's best of the best.
Today, we're finding some of the best ramen in Tokyo.
Some of the best and some of the very interesting, like new wave, new style.
Brought here by 19th century Chinese traders, ramen developed differences based on region. And even though some really inventive things have been happening in the ramen world, it remains a wonderful food to turn to when you're feeling a little rough around the edges.
If you consume lots of, alcohol,
Yes.
tastes so good. Like a slice of pizza, after midnight. You know what I mean?
You're saying this is one of the world's great drunk foods.
Yes.
First up, Gyore in Bunkyo City, where the broth is the star.
I'm excited.
We order at the machine up front, and then settle in to watch our broth prepare itself in some pretty cool-looking contraptions.
All right, these are coffee siphons.
Yeah, but what's unique is they used to make vegetable broth.
Instead of where the coffee grounds would go, there's a mixture of bonito and kombu seaweed flakes.
Oh, here it goes. Look at this one.
They heat it up. It's evaporate and coming up into the top shelf. They just extract umami, which is a
Savory flavor.
savory flavor, and then
It comes back down. It works for coffee. This is a good idea. If it works for soup,
yeah,
love that.
yeah,
Wow.
some bambus, slice of pork.
Oh, come to Papa.
Rule number one: you have to taste the broth.
That's the most flavorful soup.
Did you know it's not polite to eat noodles quietly in Japan? The slurping actually has a point to it. When you suck the air in with the noodle, it enhances the flavor. There's more flavor going up into your head.
You are laughing good. How did you learn? One of the best slap I've ever seen.
You got to slurp with me.
Duet?
Yeah, duet. And here we go.
Go. Oh, yeah.
Like a happy noise. Life is good.
Next, a quick stop at the Tsukumen Ramen Festival.
Konnichiwa! Arigato!
Tsukumen ramen is cold noodles dipped into hot broths.
You take some and you swirl it around in here like this.
Yep, this
Eating here is like a ramen roulette wheel. This questionable slurp is pork and squid ink. But nothing so far in my life has prepared me for the dangers of Kikanbo ramen.
But we see two demons
Two demons, yes.
fighting each other over ramen.
I like anything with demons. They remind me of my kids. Ah! Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa. Spice, regular spice, extra spice, ultimately extra.
The last one is beware.
Beware. That'll kill me. What are you gonna do?
I go for regular.
I'm gonna try extra.
Dangerous.
I'm not doing that. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm invited behind the counter to watch the chefs perform their black magic.
These are the two demons you were talking about.
Wow.
They're not afraid of turning up the flames on these. I'm seeing garlic and oil, and I'm seeing red pepper.
Yeah. 3 kinds of pepper.
3 kinds of pepper. And what's the white one?
Pork oil.
Pork oil. That's called fat. Yeah. If I live, I'm gonna really like this.
はい、いらっしゃいませ。はい、お待ちください。
What's up?
I've never seen so many ingredients in one bowl. It takes 2 guys to do it.
Okay, finish.
Mine is more red. I'm gonna die.
I got beer for you.
I'm excited because it's scary and beautiful. Like my wedding night.
Extra.
Extra. I'm Mr. Extra. I'm afraid of this guy.
It's coming. Oh.
It's quiet at first, and then a wave of punishment washes over me.
This is a punch in the face.
Yeah. How's your heat going?
It's good. My lips are on fire. My nose is running. I'm crying. I'm sweating. But I can't stop. Call my wife and tell her I loved her. Whoa.
Maybe you need more beer?
Maybe I do. Oh.
Kampai.
Thank you for bringing me here.
Finish the bowl is etiquette for the chef. Just kidding.
That was spectacular.
ありがとうございました。
I see you again
またお会いしましょう。
in my nightmares.
So, how was it? 2 demons.
2 demons are dancing now and
Yeah.
fighting in my stomach. Now I want something chocolate. Very near where we're staying is the Meiji Jingu Shrine. And the parklands around it are all part of this connection the shrine has to nature. And the moment you walk in, you're not in Shinjuku anymore. You are in this dream of Japanese forest. Every single pebble seems to have been laid out for you. And you're with these beautiful Japanese trees, and this is where the empress liked to go fishing. You see the fish? It was a respite from the kind of crazy chaos of the city.
I'm surprised to learn that this intensely urban place has more public parks than any other city. It's important to them to make room for nature and beauty.
Now, I don't like to go to more than one splurgy type place a visit, but Yukari insisted that we go to her favorite restaurant, Den. She said there's a young chef here named Zayu Hasegawa, and he's 36 years old. He looks 12, and he's one of the best chefs in Tokyo.
Chef Hasegawa.
Ah, hello.
Phil.
Thank you.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
This is your birthday restaurant.
This is where we come for a birthday. お誕生日で来たね。Yeah, yeah.
And usually you need a couple of months' notice.
It's hard to get in.
There's a package. These unbelievably whimsical, fun creations start coming out. There's a sandwich.
It's a traditional dessert, and we're starting the meal with a dessert.
He's playing with me already. This is monaka, a dessert sandwich that's usually filled with sweet red bean paste.
What's in it? Is it foie gras?
Foie gras.
Foie gras.
and some miso and a little cucumber. It's so delicately crispy, this little sandwich. Pow! This is gonna be special. I'm in it now for as long as he wants. I'm yours. One bite, I'm yours. Chef Hasegawa treats each presentation like a gift, complete with fancy wrapping and ribbons, which is not surprising given his background.
His mother used to be a geisha in the Kagurazaka district. In Japan, it's all about gift giving and receiving things. So his mother, as a geisha, kept receiving lots of amazing food. She would bring that home, and from a little boy, he was eating amazing food. So.
My mother is a geisha.
Oh, is she?
No.
Next up is turtle soup.
Look at that.
You wouldn't think that turtle is a Japanese dish, but it's actually part of the traditional classic Japanese cuisine, kind of prehistoric.
So cool.
The beautiful broth is made of kombu, which is seaweed, and turtle consomme with just a little pepper. He's very theatrical, and he's got a terrific sense of humor.
Huh?
Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
He presented us with a box of what looked like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Instead of Colonel Sanders' face on the box of fried chicken, he puts his face on every box, except for mine.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
That's my face on there. How did that happen?
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I don't think he's gonna sell many with that face. You now open the box. So look at that. There's a nest, and there's some hay, and there's a chicken wing. But you notice that the chicken wing is a little fat. Why? Because he's taken out the bones of the chicken wing. He's put in aged potato and black truffle.
It smells like the perfect fried chicken.
Delicately, beautifully fried. It's one of the best pieces of fried chicken I ever had in my life. The Colonel should be ashamed of himself.
Come on.
You want to see some process? Here's some process.
Look at his hands.
What do you do with his hands? Did you cut yourself?
Keep looking at his face.
Oh, Oh, my wife would love that. She finds little hearts and everything.
This aged black Wagyu beef is surrounded by beets cut into little heart shapes. They're heartbeats.
Dip a little bit in the salt.
A little bit in the salt. Damn. Such an artist. He made this high enough so that you can't see everything.
Yeah.
So it's this little tease.
Yeah.
You see just the tops of what's happening.
Yeah.
Almost like a strip tease, where we're just showing you a little, and now here we go.
Oh.
Whoa.
This is my favorite.
Look at the color. There's a couple of ants in there.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Ants.
I've never eaten an ant before, but if I was going to, it would be here.
He says, try it. It has an interesting flavor.
Really?
Very interesting. I think I'm gonna start with the lettuce.
What's this? I love finding things in there.
It's a burdock.
Under the leaves are hidden little, like, roasted burdock with a kind of smoky sauce.
You see the faces?
You see that? Yeah.
And then you notice that the little ginkgo beans have little faces on them, and then there's a carrot with a smile face. So it looks like you. Yes, I had a big smile face on because I was eating delicious things.
All right, folks, I'm going to eat my first ant.
Now, I've gone on record as saying I'm not eating bugs, I'm not interested, but I'm in the hands of a master, so I guess you gotta try it. It felt weird going in, but when you bite down on it, which takes a little bit of courage, it tastes the opposite of what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be bitter and horrible and insect-y, and it was just like this little tiny drop of lemon.
Why is it so lemony? Why? You didn't add lemon?
lemon.
僕も今調べてるけど、これはもうこのまんまの味。
So he's only boiled it. That's it.
世界中のシェフがやっぱりアリを使うんだけ
But
ど、
actually, around the world, the flavor changes for the ants. And he's still researching it, but he doesn't know why. So these are ants from the mountain. I said, why is it crunch? And he said, it's the physiology of the ant. So
Don't tell me too much, because
Yeah.
I'll die.
But that's
but
it.
it's kind of a revelation for me. So thank you. Thank you for making that special.
he's telling you thank you for crossing that bridge.
I crossed the bridge.
ごちそうさまでした。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Amazing,
いや
amazing.
今日頑張ってくれたね。
Yeah, he said his staff worked very hard too. Yeah.
Look how sweet. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Try new things. That's what travel is all about for me. You never know what you're gonna like. I like that ant. And now look at this. This is a pachinko parlor. I've heard about pachinko. That's Japanese pinball, and I love pinball. I'm going. Oh my God, this is the freaking loudest place I've ever been in. It's like the biggest casino you've ever been in Vegas, times 10, times 10 jet engines next to your head. I think I'm going deaf and having a heart attack. Okay, you don't have to like everything. I need something comforting now.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Very nice. You look very good.
I look very good for waking up.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, sayonara.
Sayonara, that's goodbye, Dad. But that's a good, it's a nice try.
I say sayonara to say hello and goodbye.
It's not shalom.
It's not.
Can you believe I'm talking to you from Tokyo? It's amazing.
Are you in the center of Tokyo?
I don't even know. I don't think so.
The second largest city in the world, isn't it?
It's absolutely massive. Like Manhattan, spread out over Los Angeles.
Where's Richard? Can we say hello to Richard?
You can't enjoy me for 5 minutes? Where's Richard? Where's Richard? He's busy producing. He's producing.
He's just as important as you.
No. No.
Yeah.
All right, yes.
So, all right, very good.
He's very good.
You better
The
take
whole crew is very good. I'm not just saying that because they're all watching here. They're very good. Can I tell you what I ate?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Today I ate ants.
Ants?
Are you serious?
I ate my first ants.
You could have had them at home. We had them.
Where's Richard?
Here's your damn son that you love.
Very nice.
You look very comfortable, Richard.
And you want to see the director?
Richard, your hair looks nice.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Now we can go.
All right. Bye-bye.
Speak to you soon.
Stay well.
Goodbye. Bye.
I'm heading for a very rare treat. My friend Yukari has invited me to her home to have dinner with her family, which is a big deal because people in Japan don't do that. The living spaces are very small, so you never get invited to somebody's house. That's what restaurants are for. Her husband, Shinji, was a former fishmonger and is now in culinary school.
Aha, here we are. Where is Luca? I want to see Luca. Luca! Hi, that's for you.
Yukari's son, Luca, and her father-in-law, Motu, greet me at the door.
All right, Senji,
Yes.
I don't have any trains for you. All I can offer you is my incompetence.
What we have here is sashimi-grade yellowtail.
You cut the fish. Like that. Let's go.
I don't want to ruin your dinner.
Come this side. And you stand about 45 degrees to the cutting boards. Yeah. Back up a little bit. A little bit more. Back up. This way.
Which way?
Like this way.
I didn't know we were having dancing lessons too. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
Yes,
good. That's
good.
good. Great. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Go.
Yes?
Yes.
You sure, Fred Astaire? Here we go.
You just one motion. Yeah.
Look at me.
I am sushi master.
Excellent. Bravo.
Bravo.
Before I can hurt the fish or myself, Shinji takes back the knife and I sit at the table where I belong.
Yummy? Our first.
Kampai!
Our first guest. Kampai.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. Oh, yes, you want that. That's beautiful. Come on.
So I'll explain. This is a tuna.
Yes.
And a yellowtail.
Right.
Sweet shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a
Scallop.
Japanese Hokkaido scallop.
Yeah.
And
squid.
then squid.
Echidna squid. The Luca story. You guys didn't want any of this, did you? Do you know the only other person I know named Luca is from The Godfather? Luca Brasi. You ever see The Godfather? He's a very big part in that movie. And Marlon Brando says to him,
Luca, my most trusted friend. Luca, you're my most trusted friend.
"That's you." Don't see the end of the movie. Tonight, I sleep with the fishes.
Kampai, arigato. Thank you for coming to
Thank
our
you for
home.
having me. This means a lot to me, and you guys are all terrific.
Arigato.
I'm not crazy about Luca, but everyone else, really nice. Today I learned that before entering this shrine, there's a purification ceremony. It's my last day in Tokyo, and Chef Imada, who gave me the sushi of my life at Kyubei Sushi, has honored me by including me in a family dinner at his in-laws restaurant. It's over 100 years old and has been in the family for generations. And the name of this family restaurant is Idaya. Good? Imada-san took me and his son. We met the son's wife. We met her mother and father, Tatsuo, and Keiko. This is your father? Okay, very nice.
Nice guy.
Nice guy. I like to meet a nice guy. Not like this one. No. My friend Mayuko is here to translate. And what is this beautiful family's restaurant famous for? Pond loach. That's gonna be dinner. If you don't know what pond loach is, it's the little eels that swim around in the rice paddies. Pond loach, also called dojo, has been a staple of the Japanese diet for centuries. First to arrive, loach soaked in sake, covered in a sauce so secret the recipe is not allowed to be written down.
This sauce here, he's the only one person who can make it.
So that makes him powerful. It's cooked?
Already.
Already, okay.
Already.
You're worried about me, aren't you? Or he's not gonna like it.
Just a little bit hot pepper.
Then put a little bit of red pepper, and then you dip it in.
Like this, yeah.
You just eat as is as now, and
Little bone.
Little bone.
Just very soft. Just really soft.
Yeah, not like the eel bones that I had the other night. This is a very mild fish. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Wow, what's that? Then fried loach appears. This fish fried.
The small one.
That's great. I love that. Followed by gnocchi, which is, thank goodness, eel with the bones taken out.
I like gnocchi. You're very close, obviously. Do you try to eat together whenever possible? Thank you.
Like they have like a champagne night.
You have champagne night?
He likes to
You like champagne?
plan all this party.
My family has egg cream night.
Egg cream?
You know what egg creams are? No. Maybe I can teach you a secret recipe. Okay, so an egg cream has no egg and no cream. It's a New York specialty. Here's how you make it. Chocolate syrup,
チョコレートシロップと
okay? Milk, sparkling water, seltzer. It goes like this, and it has foam on the top because it's a chemical reaction with the seltzer and the milk. Look at this reaction. I wish I could make one for you right now. Will you try it? Will you try to make it? They sell chocolate syrup here, right? Do you have seltzer also and milk?
あります炭酸と。
炭酸もあります。
Yeah, they have.
Here it is. Now, I cook for you. Okay. Yeah. Chocolate syrup, Morinaga. I use Fox's You Bet, but it'll be okay. So we squirt some of this in there.
He wants a lot of chocolate.
You like chocolate, me too, you're like me. This is an interesting chemical reaction. You start to stir. This is important. And as it goes, very nice.
This is my spoon.
Then that's your drink. This one has a lot of chocolate in it. Who likes a lot of chocolate?
チョコレートないの。
Is it nice? I didn't even taste it, but I'm just trusting hundreds of years of experience. Kanpai, kanpai. Chocolate egg creams for everybody.
Pretty good. Thank you very much.
I love being with you. Thank you.
He wants the second round.
Yeah, I do it. Come on. Now I start to understand what it means to live here. Since they can't macro-manage the planning of the city and what happens to life because of this urban sprawl. Here in Japan, what I'm starting to see is that they make beautiful everything that they can. When I'm eating the food, I see the care taken in the preparation and in the flavor and in the beauty of every single element. The plate, the cup, down to the grain of rice. And so that the image is like of a flower coming up through the sidewalk. It's an absolutely beautiful culture. And I've gone from I don't get it to I'm starting to get it.